All right, good afternoon. It is Monday. It is back day. Recording this little voiceover post-workout because I was locked in listening to music on the drive to the gym. But holy shit, was today a good back day. You'll see it in the pose down once I take my shirt off and get to the back poses. But this was about the most men's physique bodybuilder-esque I've ever looked. And maybe it was just those two poses and the wideness of my shoulders and the wideness of my back and then the narrowness of my waist highlighted with that. But I felt as wide as a house. So the workout itself, after I warmed up a little bit, was 2 sets of 45-degree pronated pull-ups. My first set, I did it with a wider grip. My second set, I did it with a little bit more narrow of a grip. And that was a good warm-up. I think I got 6 reps a piece with those pull-ups. Then moved over to, what did I move over to? Oh yeah, the chest-supported T-bar row. I did 3 sets there. First set, I had it on the middle setting, and the second 2 sets, I had it on the first setting inward. So there's 5 settings. So the middle one is setting 3, so I had it on setting 2 to be 1 notch inwards. And that was very good for lat focused. I really focused on there with a neutral grip, almost supinated a tiny bit, but purely pulling my elbows to my hips and keeping everything else in my back straight as a board. And that lit my lats on fire. So I did 1 heavy set to start with the middle grip, and then I forget if my second set was also heavy, and then I moved to the lighter third set. But regardless, 3 sets there of heavyweight and lighter weight. Then moved over to the lat pull down. Did 2 sets with the wide pronated grip, as wide as I could go. And then my last third set of that was with a closer, but not too close, neutral grip. And that felt very, very nice. Same kind of thing for the wide pronated grip, really just trying to get as deep into the rep as I could without losing tension on my lats. And same thing at the very top. Instead of letting go completely and, just letting it pull my shoulders up, I was really keeping tension the entire time. Did 1 heavy set, and then 1 heavy set at 160, and then my second 2 sets were at 145. That was very nice. Then moved over to Smith machine rows, upper back focused. So I had my, I was standing on a thick 45-pound plate, a bumper plate, had my pinkies on the rings, and really bent over. Again, tried to make sure everything else in my back was straight as a board, and that the elbows were the only thing rising. Now, there was a little bit of body language with those sets, but I was only doing 155 for my first set and then 135 for the second 2 sets. So, yes, there was a little bit of body language, but secondly, it was a light enough weight where I could, even though I only had a little bit of movement in my back, it wasn't like I was just yanking the weight up just to get it up, ego lifting style. But after that, moved over to the hammer strength iso row machine. This one I did a little bit differently than I normally do, but I did single arm, widest pronated grip I could, and then I kind of moved myself to the opposite end of that chest supported pad and really just pulled my elbow back and as far away from me as I could. So I think I did 2 sets there with 90 pounds loaded on the bar for each arm. that felt very, very nice. And then I moved over to the cables, and I did 2 sets of, excuse me. Bless me. I had 2 sets there of the cable pull down / row, where I had the cable at like cable 6 from the top, had an inclined bench at like 30 degrees pointing it, and then I really leaned forward as far as I could and let the weight bring my shoulder blades up. And then as I pulled, I rode as well, pulling that weight with my elbows down to my hips. And then once I didn't have any more row strength, then I just focused on the pull down and shoulder adduction work, and bringing my elbow rotationally to my hip. Almost kind of like a chin-up movement, but really squeezing the lats. And that was all in all one of my most locked in back days I've had in a minute, where in between sets I would just be sitting there staring off into the mirror or into just whatever's in front of me and just completely zoned out, but locked in on being zoned out and not letting myself get distracted. Like, there was no scrolling Instagram in between sets. It was me typing the reps I just did into my worksheet, and then just staring off. Take a sip of water, stare off. All right, it's been 45 seconds, a minute, however long it's been. All right, time for another set. Put the wrist straps on. So that always feels very, 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 very nice. And yeah, no better way to cap off the 4-day weekend. So that felt amazing, 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 amazing. I looked like a bodybuilder, and yeah, time to, I'm not sure if tomorrow might be a cardio only day, a run day, so most likely no workout tomorrow, which perfect timing because I've now hit the gym. My last rest day was Thursday, so Friday I did 4 days in a row of the gym. Probably a good time for a rest day. And yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday for a little shoulders and arms action. So thank you for watching if you've made it this far, and I will see you guys then. See you.